Hello, my brothers and sisters of Christ. Today we'll be summarizing 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and 12. And in chapter 11, Paul talks about the true gospel. For if he who comes preaches another Jesus whom we have not preached, or a different gospel which you have not accepted, you may well put up with it. For I consider that I am not all inferior to the most eminent apostles. Even though I am untrained in speech, yet I am not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly manifested among you in all things. Then Paul talks about serving out of love. Did I commit sin in humbling myself that you might be exalted, because I preached the gospel of God to you free of charge? And when I was present with you and in need, I was a burden to no one, and so I will keep myself. But what I do, I will also continue to do. So pure doctrine is taught out of pure motives. A true apostle will not ask for excessive money. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness. Paul then talks about his Christian and Jewish credentials. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Christ? I am more. In labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequently, in deaths often. Besides the other things, what comes upon me daily? My deep concern for all the churches, who is made to stumble, and I do not burn with indignation. So the church of Corinth is having trouble with false prophets. Some are using their race as a means for authority. He talks about his heritage satirically. It really doesn't mean anything. Then he gives his authority of a true Christian, someone who is persecuted and goes through hardship. And in chapter 12, Paul talks about visions. See, his opponents were most likely boasting about visions that they saw. Paul says he has seen them himself, but he's not going to boast about that. He's only going to speak humbly. So he talks about visions that other people have seen, but he's not going to boast about the ones that he's seen. Of such a one I will boast, talking about the other visions. Yet of myself I will not boast, except in my infirmities. For I will speak the truth, but I refrain, lest anyone should think of me above what he sees to be or hears from me. And while his opponents proclaim their greatness, Paul is humble about himself. He talks about it as a thorn in the flesh. And lest I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of the revelations, a thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. Concerning this I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it might depart from me. And he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, for Christ's sake, for when I am weak, then I am strong. Paul then writes about his love being rejected. Now for the 3rd time I am ready to come to you, and I will not be burdensome to you, for I do not seek yours, but you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children. And I will gladly spend and be spent for your souls. Though the more abundantly I love you, the less I am loved. We speak before God in Christ, but we do all things, beloved, for your edification. For I fear lest, when I come, I shall not find you such as I wish, lest, when I come again, my God will humble me among you, and I shall mourn for many who have sinned before and have not repented of uncleanliness. And that concludes the reading for the day. God bless. I'll see y'all tomorrow.